Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight to Blu-ray. My name is James, and it is Monday, so of course that means it's time for another edition of Obscure Movie Monday. This is where I go over a fairly obscure movie, let you know what I thought about the movie, what it's about, and everything that comes with the physical copy of that. So since it's Halloween month, October, I decided to go with a horror movie for this edition. So for today, I am going to be going over Crazy to Crazy. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video. If you're new here, please think about hitting that like and subscribe button. I post movie-related videos at least a couple times a week on various movie-related topics. And as I said, it's Monday, so this is when I do my Obscure Movie Monday, going over some obscure movies you may not have heard of or seen. And as I said, this week is going to be Crazy to Crazy. This was definitely a first-time watch for me. If you remember a while back, I used to get the horror pack movies that came every month. Basically, it's a service you pay. I can't remember how much it was a month, around $20-ish. And you could either get DVDs or Blu-rays. They sent you, I think it was 4 or 5 movies each month, and they would be random movies. You wouldn't know what you were getting. And they would send those each month, and then one of those movies would be what they would call the Horror Pack Exclusive, which means it's not any type of, popular movie really that was in theaters. It's kind of a smaller, low-budget, independent type film. And this is one of those, like I said, Crazy to Crazy, labeled as the Horror Pack Limited Edition Blu-ray. I don't get the Horror Pack anymore. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was worth it. I could just buy all the movies separately, probably for the same amount that I was getting for the monthly rate. And then some of the movies I wasn't even that interested in, so it didn't really seem to make much sense. But finally getting to, watch some of these, horror pack exclusives. These, like I said, are going to be ones you're not really going to hear about too much. So yeah, Crazy to Crazy. I did watch this one last night. It doesn't actually have, as you can see on the back, there is no, basically synopsis of the movie. It doesn't tell you what it's about. So I'm going to give you, basically, kind of brief, telling a description of what exactly goes on. There may be some slight spoilers in this one, but I'm not going to totally spoil it for you. Basically, what happens is you have this guy, and I guess he's not technically homeless. He kind of looks like he lives in a hotel room, but he obviously doesn't have a job. He begs for money, on the street. He is probably an alcoholic. They don't say he's an alcoholic, but he's does a lot of drinking. He's a thief. He steals stuff. All that good stuff. Not exactly the greatest, all-around guy. And while he's, buying beer / stealing some alcohol, when he comes out of this convenience store, he runs into this woman, who is the woman here on the cover. And basically, she's a real estate agent. That she's listing the property, I guess the office space that's a little bit further down of the storefront. He sees her. He's instantly kind of infatuated with her. I will say there is way more male masturbation that goes on at the beginning of this movie than I think it's to my liking, including him right there out in the middle of of everybody. But anyway, it's basically he's enamored with this woman. She leaves. He sees what her information is. And then he, has this kind of plot that he wants to meet her. So he's going to pretend that he's interested in this property. He gets this computer from some other guy who stays at the hotel. And if you thought this guy was kind of weird, the guy he gets the computer from is all kinds of weird and more masturbating. I don't know what it is with masturbating in this movie. But basically he ends up, setting up an appointment, pretends to be this person interested or whatever. And then he goes, to see the property. And his intention apparently is to rape this woman. Like that was what his goal was, that he was going to, go there. They're going to be alone in this place. And he was going to rape this woman, because he's disturbed and not a nice person. But unfortunately for him in this one, he's not the most disturbed person in the movie. Apparently this woman is the most disturbed person in the movie. Her and her whole family. She's married with a husband. They have 2 kids. They're all psycho. So instead of him raping the woman, they kidnap this guy, hold him hostage. They torture him. All kinds of bad stuff happens. But yeah, so basically that's where you get the name Crazy to Crazy. Because the first, I don't know if really the first guy was crazy per se. I mean, he was, he was a drunk and just kind of a jackass, I suppose. I don't know if he was crazy. The family's is straight crazy. They're the crazy ones. But so basically, that's the whole premise. Is this guy's kind of, not a good person. He's going to do something bad to this woman, except for the fact that that woman is super psycho and crazy, along with her family, and they do terrible things. So yeah, like I said, overall, it's the horror pack exclusive. So I wasn't expecting a ton. It is obviously a low budget horror movie. I wasn't expecting a lot, although I found it to be pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. It's definitely an interesting concept. I thought the guy who played the potential rapist, the one that gets tortured, did a really good job in this movie. And then I also think the father, the husband of the woman here on the cover, he did a fairly good job as well. This woman can't act to save her life. She was horrible. I think I've seen better acting in porn. It just was not. It's just not good at all. There was one reason this woman was in the movie, and I'll give you 3 guesses as to what that reason is. It was not acting. She was terrible in this as far as acting goes. But it didn't detract too much from the film unless she was talking. But overall, I thought everybody else did a good job. They have a son and a daughter. The son was definitely equally creepy as the dad. He did a good job. The daughter, they didn't really make her as creepy. She obviously knew what was going on, but she did a good job as well. It was just really the mom that was the terrible actress. But other than that, I thought everybody did a good job. Like I said, the story was kind of cool. The premise of it, everything that goes on. This isn't going to be award winning or anything, but for what it is and the fact it's low budget, and I thought it was good. It's not. I mean, it is a horror pack movie. It's not really scary per se. I don't think at any point I was like scared or. I mean, there were just some kind of gross stuff, but they don't really show you the gross stuff on camera. It's like sounds and things, so stuff is implied more than they're going to show you. This isn't a Saw or a Hostel where you're going to see something disgusting, but it wasn't scary as much as just an interesting story. But yeah, definitely it's obviously a horror pack exclusive, so I'm confident they probably don't just sell this anywhere, although I do believe horror pack does sell some of their older stuff that they have. Some of these exclusives you can buy just individually, or if you just happen to see it. I don't know if it's on streaming or not. I really couldn't say, but I thought overall it was a pretty good movie. As you can see on the back, there's nothing really. This is the, is that going to, maybe if I get it off my face, there we go. There's nothing, special feature wise. This is the disc there. Hopefully you can see that because I can't see the camera now. There's no thrills to this one. Obviously, it's a low budget, horror pack exclusive one. It did have a special features section when I was watching the movie. I did check that out. It basically had the trailer for the movie, and then it had an audio commentary. I can't remember exactly who the audio commentary was at the moment. But yeah, those were the two, which is more than some things. Some things don't even have that. So it's obviously, it's low budget. You're not getting it packed full of special features or anything. But I would say overall, crazy too crazy. Considering, this wasn't very expensive when, in the monthly horror pack, subscription. I definitely think this was a pretty good movie. Definitely was worth the watch. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for another episode of Obscure Movie Monday. Let me know in the comments down below, have you seen Crazy Too Crazy, or have you seen any other horror pack exclusives that you would recommend that I check out? I might have some of those from when I still had my horror pack. Let me know that in the comments down below. And as always, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.